This is a message for you. Don't try to skip it. Don't try to scroll past it as if it is not meant for your soul, because God says this right now is your appointed time to hear what heaven has been waiting for you to receive. You are not here by accident. You are not reading these words by coincidence. You were pulled here, drawn here, divinely guided here because the cry of your heart reached the ears of God. He says, "My child, I have seen your tears, I have seen your confusion, I have seen the ache that hides beneath your smile. You pretend you are strong, but I know the storm inside of you. And today, I am speaking directly to your heart. God says, there is a man in your life who loves you more deeply than words could ever paint. His soul is tied to yours in ways that even he cannot explain, and when he looks into your eyes, he feels something he has never felt before. But here is the truth you have been sensing, the truth your spirit has been whispering to you at night. There is another woman in the shadows, another woman whose hands are pulling invisible strings, trying to control, manipulate, and hold on to what does not belong to her. And you have felt this, haven't you? That uneasiness in your chest, the sudden changes in his tone, the unexplained silences, the way his heart feels divided sometimes. That is not your imagination, child, that is discernment. God says, do not doubt yourself. You are not crazy, you are not paranoid. You are spiritually sensitive, and your spirit recognizes the warfare around your love. This woman may not appear in front of you, but her influence has been there in hidden ways, tugging at his loyalties, wrapping cords of guilt, obligation, or manipulation around his heart. She is like a shadow that lingers even when she is not present. And you wonder, if he loves you so deeply, then why is her presence still there? Why does he still answer her call? Why does he still give pieces of himself away? God says, because the enemy uses people as puppets, and this woman has allowed herself to be a puppet, a distraction, a counterfeit tie trying to rob you of your peace. But listen to what God says now, this love between you and him is not ordinary. It is not a fling, not a passing desire, not something shallow. This love was planted by heaven, and no counterfeit string can undo what I, the Lord, have woven. The enemy may delay it, he may stir confusion, he may try to convince you to walk away before the promise is fulfilled, but child, know this. What is meant for you cannot be stolen. God says, I am loosening those cords one by one. I am cutting off every string that she has used to pull him away from you. I am exposing manipulation. I am revealing truth. Do not think for a second that your prayers have gone unheard. Every night you cried, asking, God, why can't he just choose me fully? Why does she still linger? Those prayers have moved the heavens. Angels have been dispatched to war over this matter. Archangel Michael himself has been standing guard, holding back forces of confusion, and now God is saying, breakthrough is coming. You are on the edge of seeing it with your own eyes. But here is what God begs you to understand, you cannot fight this battle in the flesh. You cannot force him, You cannot argue him into clarity, you cannot outcompete her by striving. This is not about who is prettier, smarter, more patient, or more giving. This is a spiritual matter, and the only way to win is to stand still and let God fight for you. God says, I am begging you, do not let your heart grow bitter. Do not let jealousy or anger overtake you. Do not let the enemy turn you against your own worth. The fact that another woman is pulling strings does not mean you are not enough. It does not mean his love for you is less. It simply means the battle is not yet over. God says, if only you could see how he feels when he thinks of you. If only you could see how his soul wrestles when she tugs on him. His heart longs for peace, and that peace is with you. But he is still entangled in webs that are not of me. My child, do not fear, because I am untangling them now. Do not walk away from this message thinking it is hopeless. It is not hopeless. It is shifting even as you read these words. You have been chosen for this love, and you have been chosen for this test. It feels like heartbreak, but it is actually a refining fire. God says, I am strengthening you in the waiting. I am preparing you in the in-between. I am teaching you to lean not on his words, not on his promises, but on my voice alone. Because only my voice is unshakable. Yes, he loves you deeply. That is the truth you needed to hear again. Yes, there is another woman pulling strings. That is the reality you cannot deny. But here is the greater truth. Love that is ordained by heaven cannot be destroyed by hands of manipulation. God says, every string she tries to pull will snap back. Every scheme she plots will collapse. Every lie whispered will unravel. He is not blind to what is happening. God sees, and he is moving. Do not lose hope now. Do not surrender your heart to despair. God says, lift your eyes back to me, because the moment you trust me with this, the moment you stop trying to fix it with your own strength, is the moment I will show you the miracle. I am not late. I am aligning everything. Child, do not skip this. Do not take these words lightly. This is not just encouragement, this is prophecy for your situation. God is begging you to hold on a little longer. To believe that the unseen strings are being cut. To believe that the love you feel is not a lie but a promise waiting to bloom fully. To believe that soon, he will no longer be torn, because God himself is fighting for you. And when that day comes, when you see with your own eyes the strings falling away, you will remember this message. You will say, God told me. He warned me not to give up. He told me the strings would snap. And they did. Do not let fear rob you. Do not let impatience sabotage you. You are loved, chosen, seen, and protected. The strings pulling against you cannot hold much longer. This is your confirmation. This is your sign. This is your message. God says, stay still. Stay faithful. Watch me work. This is still God speaking to your heart right now, and He says, "My child, you think that what is happening is only about this man and that woman, but what you are really standing in is a spiritual battleground for your heart, your worth, and your destiny. You must understand the depth of what is taking place so you can stand in peace instead of panic, in authority instead of anxiety. I am opening your eyes. You are not just someone waiting on a man to choose you, you are my chosen one, and every delay, every tension, every hidden battle is being used to lift you higher." God says, when you look at him, you see the man you love, the one you have prayed for, the one whose touch you have dreamed about. But when I look at him, I see a man whose soul is under pressure, whose heart has been tied to voices that are not of me. I see a man who has been made to feel guilty, indebted, or fearful by another. This is why sometimes his words to you are warm and full of promise, and other times they are distant or confused. He is not playing with you, he is fighting something invisible that even he doesn't fully recognize. But I, the Lord, see it all. I am not blind, and I am not silent. Heaven is working even when you feel nothing. God says, every time you pray for him, angels are released. Every time you release him to me in prayer instead of clinging to him in fear, his chains weaken. Every time you bless instead of curse, every time you forgive instead of accuse, you are tearing down a wall. My child, I need you to see that this battle is not won by competing with her, it is won by surrendering him to me. Let me untangle what has been tangled. Let me expose what has been hidden. Let me sever what has been secretly tying him down. You have been asking why she still lingers, why her influence still tugs at him. God says, it is because the enemy knows that if he can keep you both divided, he can delay the impact of the love you were meant to carry together. Your union is not just about companionship, it is about purpose. There is a mission attached to your love. This is why it has been fought so hard. This is why the strings have been pulled. This is why you feel like you're in a war. But, child, you are not losing. You are on the edge of victory. God says, do not be deceived by what you see with your eyes. Look with your spirit. This woman may seem powerful now, but her grip is slipping. She has been pulling his heart like a puppet master, but the strings are fraying. She cannot hold him forever, because his soul knows where home is. Even in his confusion, his spirit reaches for you. Even when he tries to silence his heart, it still beats for you. You are not imagining this. I planted that connection. And I will not let a counterfeit tie erase what I have written. You are not second best. You are not an option. You are not a backup plan. God says, I made you a crown, not a shadow. You were never meant to fight for scraps of someone's love. You were meant to receive a love that is whole and true. And that is what I am building, even if right now it looks broken. But listen carefully, because God is giving you instructions. He says, Guard your heart from bitterness. Guard your mouth from words of despair. Guard your eyes from looking at her and comparing yourself. Every time you look at her, you give her more power in your mind. Look at me instead. Worship instead of worrying. Pray instead of prying. Speak life instead of suspicion. Every time you do this, you cut a string she has tied. And God says, I am also working on him. I am giving him dreams at night. I am stirring his conscience. I am removing the taste of false comfort. I am pulling him out of guilt and fear. He may not tell you yet, but you will see it soon. His words will change. His actions will shift. The confusion will lift. You have cried, God, I can't hold on much longer. And God whispers back, I am holding you. I am holding this. You will not lose what is truly yours. You will not be left broken. You will not be humiliated for trusting me. I am rewriting this story. God says, do not skip these words, because they are the roadmap I am handing you. I know it hurts. I know you feel weary. But child, I have not abandoned you. The strings are breaking even now. The manipulation is losing its power. The shadow is fading. Heaven is not done. Your story is not over. The love you long for is not a lie. The delay is not denial. The presence of another woman is not proof that you are unworthy. It is proof that the enemy fears what you two could be together. God says, hold on. Trust me. Watch. God is still speaking to your heart right now. He says, my child, as you read these words, there are things moving in the unseen realm that you cannot yet see with your eyes. But your spirit can feel them. That tightness you have been feeling in your chest, that heaviness when you wake up, that sudden rush of thoughts at night, that is the battle at its peak. It is because what I am about to do is close, and the darkness that tried to hold this man is losing its grip. When light begins to rise, darkness always thrashes before it dies. That is what you are witnessing. Don't mistake the shaking for loss. The shaking is a sign that what was false is breaking. God says, this is why I am telling you over and over again to stay in me, not in your fear. Because if you anchor yourself in me, you will be like a tree planted by rivers of water. The storm will pass, but you will still be standing. The enemy cannot uproot what is rooted in me. Stay in prayer. Stay in worship. Stay in my word. Every time you do, you strengthen the spiritual hedge around you and around the man you love. You may not feel it instantly, but it is real. He wants you to know that the strings that woman has been pulling are already starting to tangle themselves. Her own plans are beginning to work against her. God says, she has been whispering lies, planting doubts, playing on his guilt, but the very words she used will now echo back to her as confusion. The net she set for him will be the net she herself steps into. Not because I hate her, but because manipulation always collapses under the weight of truth. And truth is coming like a flood. God says, I have been speaking to his heart. I have been showing him glimpses of the life he would have with you. I have been stirring his memory of the peace he feels in your presence. I have been convicting him in ways you cannot. He has tried to push it aside. He has tried to drown it out. But my spirit will not let him go. He will begin to see with clarity. He will begin to feel uncomfortable with compromise. He will begin to crave honesty, and that craving will draw him to you. And now God looks directly at you and says, Child, prepare your heart for a new chapter. Not because I want you to cling to a man more tightly, but because I want you to walk into love from a place of strength. No matter what happens, I am your first love. I am the one who keeps you safe. I am the one who holds your destiny. And if he is truly the one I have chosen for you, nothing will keep him away. If he is not, nothing you do can force it. But either way, you will be safe. You will not be abandoned. You will not end up empty. You need to know this so you don't fight from fear. You are not in a competition. You are in a process. God says, I am refining him. I am refining you. I am burning away fear, insecurity, old wounds. I am teaching you to stand. I am teaching him to choose. This is not punishment, this is preparation. He says, do not rush ahead. Do not panic. Do not grasp at him. Do not try to expose her with your own hands. Let me handle exposure. Let me handle justice. Let me handle timing. Because when I do it, no one can undo it. When I do it, there is no shame attached. When I do it, it is clean. God says, even now, angels are standing between you and harm. Even now, I am closing doors that would have hurt you. Even now, I am strengthening your discernment so you will never again tolerate manipulation in any form. This is not just about this man, this is about your future. This is about building a life where you will never again have to wonder who is pulling strings in the dark. This is about peace. Heaven is speaking very clearly, hold on to your worth, hold on to your peace, hold on to your prayer. This woman's strings are breaking. His confusion is lifting. Your heart is being protected. God says, stay with me. Let me finish what I started. You will testify soon. You will say, God warned me. God comforted me. God fought for me. And he did not fail. God says, my beloved, you don't see yet how much I have already protected you. There were moments where the enemy planned to humiliate you, moments where this woman's schemes were designed to break you completely, but I stepped in. I shielded you from conversations that would have shattered you, I blocked actions that would have crushed your spirit, and I delayed certain decisions because I was working behind the scenes. Do you realize how many times I have already stood between you and pain? If you could see the full picture, you would fall to your knees in awe, because you would realize I have not only been listening to your prayers, I have been actively guarding your destiny. God says, "This man you love has been under a cloud of influence." That is why he sometimes speaks words that hurt you, then later tries to make it right. That is why he promises you the world one day and seems withdrawn the next. It is not because his love is fake, it is because there are strings pulling on his emotions. She pulls the guilt string, and he feels he owes her. She pulls the fear string, and he feels trapped. She pulls the memory string, and he feels confused. But listen carefully, those strings are not stronger than me. They may have entangled him for a season, but they cannot hold him forever. I am stronger than manipulation. I am greater than emotional chains. And I will not allow counterfeit ties to triumph over divine connection. You have been asking, God, why am I still here? Why can't I just walk away? And God answers, because I planted this love. If it were not from me, you would have been able to let go long ago. The reason you cannot is because I put a piece of eternity in this bond. I am not asking you to cling in desperation, I am asking you to trust in expectation. Trust that what I started, I will finish. Trust that I do not place such a fire in your heart only to abandon you in ashes. Trust that what is pure will outlast what is false. God says, but hear me well, your worth does not depend on his decision. Your value does not hinge on whether he steps fully into this love tomorrow or the next day. You are already chosen. You are already loved. You are already enough. If he never saw it, I would still crown you with glory. If he never chose you, I would still lift you up and fill your life with abundance. But because his heart is truly tied to yours, you will see him choose you, not because you begged, not because you fought, but because my spirit inside him will leave him restless until he does. God says, do not let the enemy steal your peace in the waiting. She may pull strings today, but tomorrow those strings will snap. You will not have to fight her. You will not have to prove yourself. You will not have to expose her lies with your own lips. I will do it. I will cause what is hidden to come into the light. I will make him see clearly. And when truth is revealed, it will be undeniable. He will no longer be able to serve two masters of the heart. He will choose, and his choice will be you. Child, God is warning you, do not let your heart harden while I am working. The enemy will try to plant bitterness in you. He will try to whisper, see, he doesn't love you enough. See, she has more power than you. See, you are waiting in vain. Do not believe those lies. Rebuke them. Lift your eyes to me instead. Because every day you resist bitterness, every day you resist despair, you shorten the power of the strings that have bound him. Your faith is not wasted. Your love is not wasted. Your endurance is not wasted. All of it is sowing into the victory I am preparing. God says, the day is coming when the strings will fall, and you will no longer feel the heaviness you feel now. You will no longer wonder if you are enough. You will no longer carry the ache of what if. You will stand beside him and know without doubt that what you have was worth the wait. That is my promise to you. This is not the end. This is not your defeat. This is not your heartbreak story. This is your refining season, your preparation season, your setup for glory. God says, hold on, my child. I am closer than you think. And the victory you have been praying for is already written.